In the first video, we took a brand new Mac and we started to install a few things, just some basic things, and make some personal preferences that will set our computer up to allow us to start building our app. In this video, we're going to introduce you to an application called the Terminal, which is a way of navigating and giving instructions to your computer when you don't have a graphic user interface like this, like the one that Mac OS provides. So the first thing is, well, I'm going to set up my user folder first. So I'm going to hit my username, which is just AF, my initials. Now you see the spotlight's showing stuff that's installed on another partition, not this partition, but I'm going to use the user folder here, and I'm just going to drag that down. You can, if you don't see your user folder already in the launcher, you can do this too. Look for your username, look for this little house here, and I'm just going to view it as a folder. Good. Now I want to do that because I want to match what's happening in the terminal with what's happening here on the in the graphic user interface. So I'm going to open up this folder and I'm just going to leave it over here. So this is the default set of folders that the Apple gives you when you buy your computer and you install it and you give yourself a username. It gives you all these default folders to keep stuff in. Now I'm going to launch the terminal, so I'm going to hit, again, I'm just going to hit the spotlight, Command space, and I'm going to start typing terminal here, and I'll get offered the app, and I double click it, and it launches. So you can see it's white, and it just looks like a text file, I suppose, but what it is a command line interface for interacting with your computer. Now, these days, I know that no one likes these light interfaces, so I'm going to use a darker one called Homebrew. So go to your preferences, hit the profiles, and double click on the Homebrew one here, and it'll launch a little window like this, and we'll see a dark sort of theme, so it looks a little bit more computery, I suppose. So we're just going to use this profile from now on. Okay. So what is the terminal? You'll see this blinking sort of thing here, and it reminds you of an old-fashioned computer that didn't have a graphic user interface. Maybe one of the first ones you ever used when you were a kid, if you're around my age. And it allows you to give instructions. So I'm going to just use it to just give some very basic instructions here. And the first one I'm going to do is ls. So just type ls in there and hit enter. Now what this does, ls, is it lists. It's a list. So ls is list. And it's going to list the folders that are in the current in our current environment. So we are at the very root level, and these are the folders. And you'll notice that they match. These folders in here match the folders that we have here. So we're already navigating our computer in the same way that the mouse lets us to do, just by typing instructions. So ls allows us to do that. If I put ls and then a dash and then an L, this is an example of the terminal giving additional instructions to a command. So the list instructions also takes this L, and this will give us more details about this, about these folders. So it'll tell us when they were made, and how big they are, and what their name is, etc., or when they were last updated, whatever this is here. So I show you these two things to show you that you can navigate just by using instructions, and you can give extra, depending on what you're wanting to do, you can give extra instructions to a command to extend its functionality. Great. So how do I go further and navigate a little bit further? Well, the next one I'm going to show you is CD. This is change directory. I call it in my mind change directory. I'm not sure if it's called that or what, but CD is change directory for me. So change it to what? Well, you just type the folder. If you're in this level of the navigation, you just type the folder you want to go into here. So I might go into public. There it is. So I'm changing directory to the public directory that I see up here. The case doesn't matter here. And you'll now see that I'm in the public directory. Again, I can hit ls here, and it'll show me all of the stuff that's in that directory. And in the public directory is a Dropbox directory. This might be from another partition as well. I'm not sure what Dropbox is in there. But I can also, so I can see that now. I can see that I'm in the public directory, and I can see the Dropbox folder. You might or might not see this. Let's see if there are any other, we'll see there's some other stuff in here. So let's go to the music folder, and we want to go back. So we need to get back out of the public folder to get back one level, and to do that we hit CD and then 2 dots, space and 2 dots. That's going to take us back to the AF level, the root level. If I hit LS again, it'll show me the folders that are there. That's great. I don't have to do that, but I can do that at any time to see where I am. Now, if I change directory to the music folder, I'll see that I'm now in the music folder. And if I hit LS, list me the stuff that's in there, I see music and iTunes, just in the same way as I see the music and iTunes folder. So you can navigate your computer like this all day long. It's the same as clicking around and having a look with your mouse. So I'm going to go back one more time and I'm going to show you one last command here. And again, LS, I'm going to see all of the folders here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a command that mkdir. So I think of this as make directory. And then I give it a name, and I'm going to call it my apps. Let's say my apps. What this is going to do is make a new folder at this same level, this root directory called my apps, and it's the folder we're going to use to build our app in, or whatever apps we're going to make in the future. But it's important right now that you understand that make directory, mkdir, is going to create that folder in the same way that if I wanted to make a new folder here, I could just make a new folder. And I hit enter on this, and we'll see it arrive over here. You see my apps is here. So this is exactly like hitting, Shift Command and new, N. Shift Command N will give us a new folder in the graphic user interface, and we can call it whatever we like. This is exactly the same. I've made a new my apps folder in the same way as I made this JEJEJ folder. I'll delete that one now. Great. So that's the terminal. We're going to use the terminal a lot, and we're going to use these instructions a little bit. So practice a little bit, just navigate your computer this way and have a little bit of fun, and then we'll get on to the next video.